Hey everyone, welcome back to MindSpun, your channel for your music fix. This time, I wanted to talk about a subject I touched upon briefly in our Quarantine Projects episode, which is the future of live shows. What has changed since the lockdown in future live music events, and what could possibly be the new norm for festivals and music shows in general. Maybe you guys have heard me talk about this in previous episodes, but I am a musician myself, so this topic is deeply important to me, so let us dive in. Now, sadly, we are in the middle of a pandemic, and we as humans in a highly communicated global society are being forced to change our ways so that we can lower the number of infections until there is a vaccine. But until then, music will always find a way to be shared. Now, this is a highly controversial subject, and I don't want to make the focus of this video the pandemic itself, where it comes from, who is responsible, if reopening cities and businesses is the correct thing, etc., etc. I want to focus on the future of live shows and events, and what is happening currently in the music industry, and what musicians are doing to keep on sharing one of the most beautiful art forms in the world, which is music. So the lockdown continues for some cities and others are starting to reopen, but sadly live shows are still not a possibility, as we have seen with multiple music festivals and tours being cancelled. The music industry has noticed this, and different forms of sharing music is starting to pop up online everywhere. For example, online streaming festivals have started to become popular, and I think it is an excellent way to keep on sharing music. Knotfest is one of the festivals doing this, and they are programming shows from concerts every other day. They did one with Code Orange opening the online streaming festival with a previously recorded show, then Under Oath with another show, and finally Slipknot with a previously recorded show. What I think is really cool about this format is that they add certain extras, so it is not just video after video. For example, there's an online chat during the whole festival, so you can engage with other fans during the online show, like, oh my god, this song is the tits, and then the other guy will give you the horns, and I don't know, it just makes it a little bit more interactive. Not like in live festival, of course, but it just gives a certain extra, so you don't feel like you're alone in your house. Another cool extra that is being added to this format is interviews between the live shows, which is pretty cool because sometimes you wouldn't get that at a live festival. You would probably have to chase down the artist to be able to talk with them. And in this one, they take their time, to provide more value to this format by adding interviews. So as we can see, there's additional value being added to this format of online music festivals, and there are a ton of options besides Knotfest. For example, the Slay at Home Festival from Metal Injection, a shout out to them for being an awesome site. And a cool thing is that musicians are always looking to give back, and there are donation options being offered in all these online music festivals. Another similar format that I have seen artists doing is sharing previously live recorded shows, but with an expiration date, so that you set your time aside for the show, and if you don't, you will not be able to see it. For example, Gojira did this with their Live at Red Rocks show, and it had great viewership, but it was only up online for like 2 days. And another option is what Parkway Drive did with their Biba the Underdogs documentary. Similar to Gojira, it was up online for a while, but then they took it down, but offered the documentary for rental on an online movie service like Google Play, iTunes Store, YouTube, etc. for a small amount of cash. I think this is a great way for artists to make some money during the pandemic by offering documentaries or shows for rental. Now, similar to buying a ticket for a show, and while we are on this topic, I saw another format in which it is more pay-per-view style. You buy your ticket, you get the URL for the show, and it is a one-time thing. These options are good and all, and I love that music always finds its way. But if you're like me, what about real live shows? When will they be coming back? If you're a music fan, you probably have seen that tours and festivals are being scheduled for 2021. But how will this work? Will you need to have a certificate that you have the COVID vaccine? Will they just check your temperature and tell you that you're good to go if you don't have a fever? Try to keep safe distance and only allow a certain capacity? Maybe we will all wear antiviral suits at the shows? I just gotta say, that would be a sight to see. Everyone just moshing with our antiviral suits. But anyways, it will be really interesting to see how this all develops. Since I think live music will come back, we just don't know yet what is the best option. Some shows are being done in a drive-in format like old movie theaters, which is pretty cool. You choose a certain station on the radio where the show is being aired, and you mosh in a derby format with all the other cars. Okay, that's a joke, but that would be awesome to see. But it still doesn't provide the same experience as a live show. So to close out this video, I do think the normal way we used to live is changing, and things will probably change permanently. And like all change, this has its ups and downs. But I am certain live shows will come back in one format or another. We don't know how, or we don't know if these 2021 shows will be cancelled. I really do hope not, And it probably won't be the case, since we are seeing places made for public gathering reopen, like restaurants, bars, movie theaters, etc. With the proper restrictions in place for some of them, and like we mentioned, this will probably be the case for live shows. But if we have to be in our antiviral suits in the mosh pit, one thing is for sure, I will be there, I don't care. Right by your side, enjoying the energy and connection that only a live show can give us. And like always, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, give us a like, leave us a comment of what you want to see on our channel, and stay safe, and we will see you in the next episode.